Hey, it's Daniel with Year in the Life, and today I just wanted to quickly go over what my skill that I'm going for this month is. Because, last month I was going for boxing just because I was able to go to the classes for it, but now that I'm not able to go to those classes anymore, what am I doing? What skill am I going for? And so this month, my goal is to finish studying for the SIE exam. And what does that entail? I've got, not including today or yesterday, I've got 26 days left of the month. All in all, studying for the exam will probably take about 36 to 40 hours over the course of the next month or so. And I won't have too much time this weekend, but for most weekends this month, I should have a decent amount of time to, cram in like 4 to maybe 5 or 6 hours. And then after work on a few days of the week, I'll be able to cram in those extra hours. And so my goal by the end of the month is to finish my studying to prep for the SIE exam. I'll be trying to book myself for that. And I've only gotten like one or two out of the 15 sections done already, and so it takes about 40 hours or so is at least what I'm getting out of it so far to really prep for this exam. 40 hours can be quite a lot. That's about almost like a full college course, only for one term though, so that's not too bad. It is, at least given my experience with the accounting courses, it is like a rapid fire, super super quick. You should look into it more, kind of type of course in study that I'm going to be doing. And so going forward, I'm going to be trying to go for finishing that by the end of February. And so what does that mean for me schedule wise? How do I fit that in? So Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm typically not busy, and so that's pretty easy to fit some time in there. And so I'll try to do at least 2, maybe 3 hours on those days. And so get my handy dandy little calculator up. I know, good old TI-30. They're pretty solid. Love these little guys, but it's nice for doing little quick calculations. And so I've got a total of 36 hours I've got to deal with. And so I need to do, well, let's say I won't have time this weekend, but I'll have at least, let's say 2 weekends, maybe 3 weekends, because I know there's Valentine's Day in there. So I've got, in effect, 2 weekends, really, of time to be working with this. And so that'll be 5 hours each weekend. So that'll be, let's say, 10 hours of time that I'm taking off of that 36 original amount. So I need 26 hours worth of time over the next month. Now including tomorrow, I've got 8 Tuesdays and Thursdays left of the month. And so, I could divide that number by 8, and that's a little over 3 hours. A little over 3 hours every day, every Tuesday and Thursday. That's not too bad. That said, I could also try to finagle a couple, Fridays or Wednesdays in here. I do obviously also make my video, and making a video, just given the type and format that I do, since I'm doing pretty quick form, rapid videos, blog style, these only take me, 5 to 15 minutes to film. I cut out some content, blah blah blah, do whatever I need, and then that takes like 10 minutes it takes 15 because I watch the whole video all the way through and I cut some stuff. So probably like a good 30 minutes. Uploading to YouTube takes another 15 at most. So at most takes me like an hour a day to do that. And since I'm trying to do that every day, that means that I have limited time on some days. But overall, I think that that's relatively doable. Even if I was just going to go for like 2.5 hours every Tuesday and Thursday, and then maybe even add a couple extra hours in on a Saturday or a Sunday. So overall, we're going to be going for, let's say, 2 hours times the 8. So it'll be 16 hours I'm trying to get from Tuesdays and Thursdays. We'll have to go for, since we have 20 hours left, we'll be trying to go for at least 5 or 6 hours on Saturday for the next few Saturdays to see what we can do. But one way or another, this is definitely an achievable thing that I can do. I can do this in the next month or so. I'll just have to make sure that I get some videos produced as well along with it. But I'll be scheduling myself to get an exam in the beginning of March, either the first week of March or the second week of March. But I'll give you an update once I get closer to actually scheduling that out. For now, though, that is the current plan. That's the skill I'm trying to build at the moment. And now that is a career-focused skill rather than the health-oriented skill. And so as I'm going through that, hopefully this next month I'll be able to sum up a lot of the things that I'm learning and share those with you guys. And I'll obviously try to provide the resources that I'm using as well. I will say the resource I'm currently going to be using for studying is a paid resource. It's not super expensive for the type of resource that it is. It's just, like a studying website. But as I go, I will be trying to provide those resources and, let you know my progress. For now, I just wanted to tell you where I'm at, what I'm going to be doing for the next month or so, and what skill I'm trying to build up. For now, though, I will see you on my next step, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.